This is our last day in Chengdu, and let me tell you,
Oh
chill
yeah.
ass Chengdu. I absolutely love it. Chengdu is goated.
Yep, I'm gonna have that tonight. I'm going to the Chinese food place.
It's amazing.
That's cool.
I'm annoyed. What else is new?
Okay.
I'm annoyed with my output.
Why? Because you're not very positively received right now.
No Instagram posts. I just focus so much on
Why?
streaming.
You could hire an editor to put out clips. I feel like you probably still do that.
And I rely too much on the Hasan Parker industrial complex. I don't post anything. I don't post anything on my fucking Instagram. I don't post anything on my TikTok. Or I guess my TikTok team is just slow to pull the trigger.
Oh. Why do you have a whole team for TikTok? That seems excessive, no? What the fuck? He's been posting constantly. What the fuck is he talking about?
It's gloomy days, goddamn.
Video.
His whole thing is full of clips. What is he referring to? He hasn't stopped.
I'm so excited to share it with you.
He hasn't stopped posting. What is he referring to? I don't. Okay. Maybe. Oh, maybe this is. Maybe this is new. Maybe he just started posting more because he had this revelation that he wasn't actually trying to put himself out in the atmosphere.
Which is kind of shitty. But what are you gonna do? But like we've been pumping out so much endless amounts of content, like literally nonstop.
Okay.
Every single day. And I feel like I'm not circulating it enough. So I'm frustrated on that front. Why are you worried about posts on IG and TikTok? As you said, you pump a lot of content. They're endless streams. Okay.
Well, here's the problem is that we're gonna look at this from a place of like I don't hate Hasan. I'm not a big fan of Hasan, but just optically, he looks like shit. He looks like absolute dog shit garbage optically. Hasan doesn't really put any effort into his clips. That's how people look at stuff. That's how people engage with stuff. That's how you get popular in like the hive mind. We'll say you have tons and tons and tons of clips, especially on Twitter, but of other people like Nick Fuentes, who basically that is like Hasan's rival at this point. Like that's kind of where he is, and Nick Fuentes is lapsing Hasan pretty intensely. There's really no person on the left that looks good or interesting or fun or productive or gets their take out there. And I don't really see Hasan clips anywhere. You'd think that they'd be all over the fucking place. They're not. He doesn't really do clips. I don't understand why. And I think it's because he's reliant on rage baiting for attention. Because he's not really a political person as much as he's a political drama person, right? So like know him for his moments where he says provocative shit about how insinuating Ela Klein's a valid military target or waving around a gun or a bunch of other dumbass shit saying that 9/11 was funny, ha ha ha, or whatever the fuck he said. The only time you know him is when he rage baits, but you don't see like his positive takes out there. There's no positive takes for you to be like, oh, that's interesting. Because like a lot of times, if somebody doesn't like you, like you're not going to recover if you shore up the issue they don't like you for. Like say somebody doesn't like you because you had a take about how you should eat homeless dogs and feed them to homeless people. What a terrible take, am I right, guys? Nobody's going to like me if I clarify my take or apologize. But you might really like my take about how you should peel bananas from the bottom instead of from the top stem. You do it from the bottom instead. Actually, you press it together and you can. And you might be like, you know what? I like this take so much, and I liked his other take about how, you should eat apples. You should go to an apple orchard and just eat the apples off the tree because they charge too much for a bucket of apples. That you forget about that other take. We don't really have, banana takes from Hasan. We just have a bunch of negative, dumb shit or engaging in streamer drama. There isn't a whole lot in the atmosphere that's about how like Hasan or like him offering an opinion that's actually worthwhile on a particular topic. We never see that. He doesn't put himself out there optically in a positive way, in my opinion. He's not giving his opinions on things. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm dumping my opinions on things into the atmosphere that's not necessarily always related to Hasan and stuff, especially on short form platforms. That's what you want to do, but he doesn't do that. You don't really know him for it. It's not like you've seen a take that's like, wow, that is like a really good take. It doesn't have to be a debate take. It doesn't have to be a provocative take. Sometimes it could just be a calm, positive, productive take. And he doesn't do that.
Here, well, let's do a little inside baseball.
Sure.
I am currently trapped in an ecosystem.
I grew up without a father, so
where I'm basically an island.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
I have a lot of friends, and it's great.
Maybe.
And that island is big. It's very big. It's one of the biggest islands in the streaming world. Right?
That's probably
true. It's one of the top 10 largest islands, but it's an island nonetheless.
Yeah, it's not as big as Epstein's Island, but it's trying to get there.
And the problem is, we're partitioned off from the rest of the world.
That's your fault, though.
We're partitioned off from the rest of the world because anytime this island travels, like the natives of this island travel to other islands, okay, and to show friendship
Well, yeah, people dislike Hassan so much they insult the other people in some capacity. But instead of spending time in America doing positive America things, you're going to China and you're basically running propaganda for them. Yeah, guys, they stopped me because I had a meme on my phone, but they're really cool. They're great. They don't actually have 6-day work, 6-day work weeks with 12 hours a day shifts. They're not actually hurling themselves on the top of factories because of how abused they are. We're not going to acknowledge the fact that we outsource our labor to China because they pay their people so little that they can't even function to exist in many areas. Not going to acknowledge that they don't treat their poor as well as we treat our poor, although we're getting worse at that with Donald Trump. That's what he wants to focus on, getting you to like China for some reason, rather than being like, hey, here's some productive conversations I can have about, American politics, especially since right now American politics are kind of fucked.
And collaboration. The enemy islands come in and seize in on the waters and start making it, uninhabitable for all of the other surrounding islands. Basically, what I'm trying to say is
you developed that platform for yourself. Don't blame other people.
In order for this community to just not stay the same fucking size and consistently expand and spread the good gospel of socialism.
Okay.
I have to expand.
Yep, probably.
Right now, I'm not doing enough on that front. Yes, you need more TikTok.
I mean, this is a very self-aware moment of him, so.
There's 5 TikToks in 11 days is not good enough. Yeah, we should have been putting out 30 TikToks a day. I'm going to tell Austin Ox to hire one of these clip farms.
Not to do 30, but you can do 3 a day.
We should have been putting out 30 TikToks a day. We would have had at least 10 of those 30 go super fucking omega viral.
Maybe. What do you think, August? You think we should pump out more content?
Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It don't matter. Quality over quantity, bro. I get you. No.
Quality over quantity doesn't necessarily work for short form. It's a very different monster. A lot of times sometimes it's just worth just pumping out shit slop and just seeing what hits.
On TikTok, it's not quality over quantity. On TikTok, it's about speed and it's about pumping it. It's about flooding the base, flooding the zone.
He's kind of right about that. Yeah.